Recording there for you, Sandra, and over to you.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Portugal. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start with a question. Can anybody tell me who, if you don't have a Facebook account, who doesn't have a Facebook account? Hands up, please. No one? Okay, your dad. All right, Neil. Everybody here has a Facebook account. Okay, that's what I found out too. You know, my students don't check their email every day, but they do check their Facebook account several times a day, actually. So I decided to say, okay, if I can't get them to check their emails, I might as well try and see if they can check their Facebook accounts. Now, what do you use Facebook for? What do you use Facebook for? Pictures, talking to friends, talking to your colleagues? Can you share, please? Stalking people, Emma, that's dangerous. Sharing, exactly. That's what I thought. You know, everybody uses Facebook to share and to communicate, be it with friends, with colleagues, whatever. So I decided to say, okay, why not try and see what benefits I could get from using Facebook, finding out what your ex is up to. That could be dangerous. All right, so can you tell me some of the benefits you can think of that could come from using Facebook for teaching? Scrabble? Farm workout? Okay, students are there, exactly. It's engaging, very good. Exactly. All right. So that's it. Facebook is extremely current. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody is familiar with it. And it's also very inviting. So students don't have to learn how to use it. They're already there, so like somebody said, and they're quite keen on working with it. And it's very informal, which also makes them more willing to participate in whatever you want to do. It's extremely popular. Everybody has a Facebook account, be it teens, be it teenagers. And even though Facebook says that you must be over 13 to have an account, I've found students younger than that to have a Facebook account, even if their parents don't know about it. It's also very comfortable, both for them and for us, because you can be chatting with your friends, and then you come up with something really interesting, and you say, okay, why not just share this with my students, right? Now, of course, it's Facebook, and with Facebook, you really need to be careful. So safety first, not just safety, but also your own privacy, right? So a lot of people decide to have a professional and a personal account. Now, I don't. I just have my normal account, and then I divide things with groups. But some people do prefer to have a separate account. You can have separate accounts with in Facebook. You just need to have a different email. That's all it takes. Yeah, we do, don't we? The thing is that if we get too many accounts, we tend to neglect one. That's why I prefer to have just one. So then what I do is I divide my friends into groups or for classes, right? I've got one Facebook group for each class. Now here's a nice video that will help you. Those of you who don't know how to set up a Facebook group, here's a nice video that you can use. Yeah. And the good thing with groups is you can add students to your groups without making them your friends. That's for those of you who are not interested in letting students see what you share with your friends and your family. Age groups, well, I usually use from teens up, never before that. 16, 15, that's the youngest I've got. They have to be over, yes, they do. They have to be over 13, but I've found students to be using it without their parents' knowledge. So in that case, they could be younger. They could be younger than that. Anyway, if you have problems, well, they should, yeah. If you have problems setting up any account, there are lots of Facebook groups for teachers who help you. I'm going to talk about that just in a little bit, okay? So now for some practical things, some ideas. So what can you use Facebook for? We just talked about that a little bit ago. But you can use it for surveys, for opinion polls. For example, if you want to introduce your next topic, the topic for your next lesson, right? Imagine that you want to talk about, I don't know, the Russian Revolution. So you decide to just make a little poll, find out how much they know about it, and you're also planting a little seed there to keep them interested for your next lesson. So it's a sort of a channel of communication with students between lessons. I like this one particularly. It's a follow-up or to start discussions. For example, if you've debated something in class, then you can ask them to share their opinions after they've done some more research about something. They can just put their opinions based on what they've searched. They can even join in links, put in links, see what they thought about it. Create assignments. This is great, and this is this is one of the reasons I started using Facebook, because most of my students were reluctant to use Moodle. They didn't like using Moodle, and this way I could set an event and set a task, homework, compositions, whatever. They can upload the homework. I can check who saw my post, because when you have a Facebook group, you can see who checks your posts. So there's no, oh, I didn't know there was homework. You can see that, and then you can just, they can upload, you correct it, and then you can use private messages to send them feedback on whatever they did, and you can invite people for the event, the homework, they like it or not. Then you can organize film, book, cooking clubs. Yeah. So you can just ask them to start opinion about anything they want. We started one recently on films. We always put our comments on Thursdays, seeing what films we're going to see during the weekend. Sometimes I ask them to do short reviews, then the others can comment on characters, settings, the producers, the soundtracks, whatever. So they can just give their opinion. It's very good for cooking. It is. They like that because it allows them to share their recipes, things that work, things that don't work. Really, really, really interesting for them. And the most obvious, share information, right? Sometimes somebody shares something with you that you just think, okay, that would be nice to share with my students. There are a number of Facebook pages that you can use. Here are just a few. If you click on any of these links, you'll be directed to a Facebook page, but you need to have your session started, okay? Anyway, in the handout, there's a handout with all the links for these things. I particularly like English is Fun. It's got some very nice things, and EnglishClub.com. They've got a Facebook page as well, and it's really, really, really nice. Lots of things. If you have exam classes, they've got lots of little sites, little sketches with vocabulary that is going to help your students. Now, it's also good for us. There are a number of pages, support groups. There's lots of things that you can use for yourself. Smart Classroom Management, for example, is great. Gives you lots of little tips on classroom management. EFL Classroom 2.0 is about technology, using technology in the classroom. Educators using Facebook, well, the name says it all, doesn't it? This one is a closed group, but if you just ask them to join, they'll join. They'll join you, and you can ask them anything, any questions that you have, any doubts that you have. Yes, there are lots of EFL groups. There's one I heard about yesterday morning, which is the IHM Learning Group, right? That was recently set. I was actually going to suggest that we set up a group of IH teachers, but it's there already, so just ask them to join. It's going to be a great group, I'm sure. There's also lots of Facebook groups for students or people around the world who have questions. Now, this is really, really nice. If you're a new teacher, if you want to get some practice, you can help other people, and you can also see what students' needs are outside your classroom, right? Gives you a bit of a sense of reality of what's going on in the world, what people need English for. So it's really, really nice. There's a handout at the end. I'm not sure if Neil's going to share that, but you can, oh, there it is. And there's got lots of links. There are 2 articles that I strongly recommend. One is 100 ways to use Facebook in your classroom. Very, very nice. Kids love technology, so we have to get new ways of making them interested in what we're doing. And just one last advice. Stay active, keep posting. As long as you keep posting, you're going to get your students' replies, and that's it. I'm going to write my email here, just in case you have any questions. If you want to add me on Facebook, please do. I'll be happy to share whatever I have. And
Lovely, Sandra.
thank you for listening.
Lovely. Thank
Have
you
a nice
very much.